Today, we are talking about phrasal verbs in daily English conversation. You will learn how to understand them, choose a few useful ones, and use them in real moments, like making plans, talking at work, asking friends for help, and telling small stories.
And the best part is that you do not need a huge list. If you can notice the situation, the verb, and the little word after it, you can understand much more than you think.
Exactly. In this episode, we will keep it relaxed and practical. We will look at short examples, mini conversations, and simple patterns, so you can start using phrasal verbs without feeling lost.
So stay with us until the end, because we will build a small toolbox you can use today, not only in class, but also in messages, meetings, trips, and casual chats.
Before we go deeper, let us talk about the image for a moment. It shows normal daily situations where phrasal verbs naturally appear, and that is the feeling we want for this episode.
Yes, and after the list is read, listen for the real-life places: home, transport, work, and friends. Phrasal verbs live in those places.
A person getting ready at home. People getting on public transport. Coworkers arriving at work. Friends talking casually. Item 1. A person getting ready at home is perfect for verbs like wake up and put on. These are not dramatic grammar points. They are small actions we repeat every day.
And item 4, friends talking casually, reminds us why this matters. If you understand phrasal verbs, real conversations feel faster, warmer, and much less confusing.
Key point. Use context to guess the meaning before translating a phrasal verb.
A very useful first step is to stop for 1 second and ask, what is happening here? The sentence around the phrasal verb usually gives you a strong clue.
That is important, because many phrasal verbs have more than one meaning. If you translate each word separately, you can easily choose the wrong meaning.
So, today, we want you to think like a detective. Look at the people, the place, and the problem before you look for a perfect translation.
And do not worry if you are not 100% sure at first. A good guess is often enough to continue listening and understand the general idea.
Let us look at a simple structure now. This one helps you slow down and see the situation before jumping to a translation. Person plus phrasal verb plus situation clue.
This structure is useful because the situation clue can be a place, an object, or a feeling. For example, if someone hangs up during a phone call, the phone call is your clue. Now let us look at a second structure. This one is about checking the result after the phrasal verb appears.
What happens next? Use the result to confirm the meaning.
Exactly. If someone turns off a lamp and the room becomes dark, the result confirms the meaning. You do not need to translate every piece separately. Let us listen to a short conversation now. Pay attention to the situation first, not only to the phrasal verb.
Yes. Notice where Sophie and Jack are and what problem they have. That context will make the meaning much clearer.
Jack, can you turn down the music? I am trying to study.
Sure. Sorry. I did not realize it was so loud.
Thanks. I have to finish this chapter tonight.
No problem. I will use my headphones.
The context tells us almost everything. Sophie is studying, the music is loud, and Jack uses headphones. So turn down clearly means make the volume lower.
And that is the skill we want. Do not panic when you hear a new phrasal verb. First read the room, then choose the most logical meaning.
Key point. Start with phrasal verbs for simple daily actions and plans.
Now we move from understanding to choosing. The easiest phrasal verbs to learn are the ones connected to your normal day.
Right. If you use an action every morning, like getting up or going out, you will meet the same phrasal verb again and again.
This also makes practice more natural. You can describe your real routine instead of memorizing random sentences that you never say.
So our advice is simple. Choose a small group, connected to your life, and use it in short sentences today.
Let us review a short list of daily action phrasal verbs. Listen to the list as a routine, from morning to evening.
After the list, we will connect each one to a simple moment so it does not feel like vocabulary floating in the air.
Wake up. Get up. Go out. Come back. Hang out.
Item 1, wake up, is about the moment your sleep ends. Item 2, get up, is different because it means you leave the bed and start moving.
Item 3, go out, and item 4, come back, are perfect for plans. Item 5, hang out, is very common when you spend relaxed time with friends.
Let us hear example 1. Notice the difference between opening your eyes and leaving the bed.
I usually wake up at 7, but I get up at 7:15.
In example 1, wake up and get up are close, but they are not the same. This small difference makes your English more precise. Now, example 2 gives us a plan with movement. Listen for the start of the plan and the return.
We are going out for pizza, and we will come back before 10.
In example 2, going out tells us the group leaves home, and come back tells us the planned return. Very practical for messages. Example 3 is about free time. Listen to how casual and friendly it sounds.
On Fridays, I hang out with my cousins after work.
In example 3, hang out does not mean a specific activity. It means spending relaxed time together, which is why it is so useful.
Key point. Use social phrasal verbs to keep friendly conversations moving.
Many phrasal verbs appear when people connect with each other. They help you invite, answer, apologize, and continue a conversation naturally.
Yes, and social phrasal verbs often sound warmer than very formal verbs. They are great for texts, voice notes, and casual plans.
The key is not to use them all at once. Pick 2 or 3 that match the way you normally speak with friends.
For example, if you often make plans, get together and meet up are much more useful than a long list you never practice.
Let us listen to a mini conversation between friends. Notice how the phrasal verbs help them make a plan without sounding formal.
Also, listen for the feeling. This is friendly, simple English, the kind you hear in real messages and weekend plans.
Do you want to meet up after class?
Sure. We can hang out at the park for a while.
Great. I need to catch up with you anyway.
Same here. I have a lot to tell you.
Meet up is the plan. Hang out is the relaxed activity, and catch up is the reason they want to talk. Each phrasal verb has a clear social job.
And notice that none of this feels like a grammar exercise. It feels like two people making plans, which is exactly how you want to practice.
Example 1 gives us a friendly invitation. Listen to how get together makes the sentence sound relaxed.
Let us get together this weekend and cook dinner.
In example 1, get together is not only about location. It is about spending time as a group, usually in a friendly way. Example 2 is very useful for phone calls and voice messages. Listen for the promise to respond later.
I will call you back after my meeting.
In example 2, call you back means return the call. It is short, polite, and extremely common in real life. Example 3 helps in polite conversation. Listen for the apology after an interruption.
Sorry, I cut you off. Please continue.
In example 3, cut you off means interrupt you. This phrase is useful because it helps you repair the conversation quickly.
Key point. Use work and study phrasal verbs to describe tasks clearly.
At work or in study, phrasal verbs often describe progress. They show if you start, continue, finish, review, or delay a task.
That is why they are so useful in emails and meetings. A phrase like follow up sounds natural and tells people you will continue the topic.
You do not need to sound very formal to sound professional. Clear phrasal verbs can make your message direct and easy to understand.
Let us focus on phrases that help you talk about tasks without making the sentence too long.
Now we will talk about an image with 3 panels. Each panel shows a different moment in a task, from starting to checking progress.
As we look at the panels, connect the visual action to useful expressions like set up, work on, and follow up.
In panel 1, the person prepares the desk, so setup fits well. It means to prepare something so it is ready to use.
In panel 2, the person is in the middle of the task. Work on is perfect here because it means spend time doing a project or activity.
And in panel 3, the coworkers review the result and discuss next steps. That is the feeling of follow-up. Continue after the first action. Let us review a focused list for work and study. These are especially useful when you need to explain what is happening with a task.
After the list, we will point to the items that help you sound clear in emails, study groups, and meetings.
Set up a meeting. Work on a project. Go over notes. Hand in homework. Follow up later.
Item 1. Set up a meeting is useful before the task starts. Item 2. Work on a project is useful while the task is happening.
Item 3. Go over notes is perfect before a test or presentation. Item 4. Hand in homework is about giving finished work to a teacher.
Item 5. Follow up later is very professional. It says the conversation is not finished and you will return to it.
Key point. Use problem phrasal verbs to explain mistakes, delays, and solutions.
Real life is not always smooth, so we need phrasal verbs for small problems too. They help you explain what went wrong and what you did next.
Exactly. If your computer stops, if a plan fails, or if you need to solve an issue, phrasal verbs make the explanation faster.
This is useful because people often ask, "What happened?" With a few expressions, you can answer clearly and calmly.
And remember, these phrases are not only for big problems, they are also for late buses, broken chargers, and messages you forgot to send.
Let us look at a structure for explaining problems. It keeps the sentence simple. Name the problem, use the phrasal verb, and give the result.
Problem, Phrasal verb, result.
For example, my laptop broke down, so I could not join the call. The result helps the listener understand why the problem matters. Now let us look at a second structure. This one helps when you want to sound positive and talk about the solution.
Problem, solution phrase, next action.
A good example is, we sorted out the problem and sent the file again. Sorted out shows that the problem was solved. Example 1 is about losing all of something. Listen to what disappears in the sentence.
My phone ran out of battery during the trip.
In example 1, ran out of means used all of it. You can run out of battery, time, money, or ideas. Example 2 shows a machine problem and its result. Listen for the cause and the consequence.
The bus broke down, so I arrived late.
In example 2, broke down means stopped working. Because the bus stopped working, the person arrived late. Example 3 is more positive. Listen for the moment when the problem becomes clear.
We figured out the answer after 10 minutes.
In example 3, figured out means understood or found the solution. It is excellent for problems in class, at work, or at home.
Key point. Place objects and pronouns correctly with separable phrasal verbs.
Some phrasal verbs are flexible with nouns, but not with pronouns. This sounds technical, but the main idea is simple.
For example, you can say, turn off the light or turn the light off, but with it, you say, turn it off, not turn off it.
The good news is that you can learn this with a short pattern. You do not need to memorize a long grammar explanation.
Let us make it visual and practical, because this is one of those points that becomes easy when you see the positions.
Let us look at the first structure. This one shows the flexible position when the object is a noun.
Verb plus noun plus particle, or verb plus particle plus noun.
With a noun, both positions can work. Pick up the bag or pick the bag up. The noun gives you more freedom. Now let us look at the second structure. This is the important one when the object is it, them, him, or her.
Verb plus pronoun plus particle.
With a pronoun, keep it in the middle. Pick it up, turn it off, write it down. This is the pattern to remember. Let us hear a short conversation where the object changes from a noun to a pronoun. Listen to the position carefully.
This is a small detail, but it makes your sentence sound much more natural.
Can you turn off the lamp?
Sure, I will turn it off now.
Thanks. Please write down the address too.
No problem. I will write it down.
The conversation gives two clear pairs. Turn off the lamp becomes turn it off, and write down the address becomes write it down.
So, when you use it, them, him, or her, put the pronoun between the verb and the particle. That habit will help you sound natural.
Key point. Practice a small set of phrasal verbs in real conversations every day.
We are near the end, so now the goal is practice. Do not try to learn 50 phrasal verbs tonight.
A small set is much better. If you use 5 phrasal verbs in real sentences, you will remember them more easily.
Think about your day and choose the phrases you can actually use. Maybe wake up, go out, call back, work on, and figure out.
Then use them in messages, quick notes, or short speaking practice. The more personal the sentence is, the stronger the memory becomes.
Let us talk about the final image. It shows a simple practice path, and the list will describe the steps you can follow after this episode.
As the list is read, imagine doing these actions in a normal week, not in a perfect study session.
Choose 5 useful phrasal verbs. Create one personal sentence for each one. Say the sentences aloud. Use one in a real message.
Repeat during the week.
Item 1 is important because 5 useful phrasal verbs are enough for 1 week. Item 2 makes them personal, which helps memory a lot.
Item 3, say the sentences aloud, is where pronunciation starts to feel natural. Item 4, use one in a real message, makes the practice real.
And item 5, repeat during the week, is the secret. Small repetition beats one big study session, almost every time.
So, quick recap. Use context first, start with daily actions, add social phrases, use work and study expressions, and be careful with pronouns.
And remember, phrasal verbs are not a monster list. They are everyday tools for saying normal things in a natural way.
Choose one phrasal verb from today and use it before the day ends. That small action can make the whole episode stick.
That is all for today. Thanks for listening. Keep noticing phrasal verbs in real conversations, and we will see you in the next episode.